Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from, in whichever part of the world you are. I'm here, unfortunately, I don't have my big screen today, so I'm just going to have to go through the predictions. I can probably share with you the draw. This is on the WTA, by the way. So I'll share with you the draw, and then maybe that can at least give you some assistance whilst I race through these predictions over the coming minutes. So in the first round, we've got Iga, bye. We know that how that pans out. Emma Raducanu up against a qualifier. I think it's really tricky to call, but you know what? I'm going for the qualifier, depending on who that qualifier ends up being, of course. But I've seen some pretty good qualifiers already. I saw Bouchard in action yesterday. Tell you what, she looked really, really good, even if her opponent did have to retire, unfortunately sick. Ila against Tatiana Maria. Let's go for Tatiana Maria. Of course, she recently won a title on clay. Zheng has a bye through, so that's quite an easy one to go with. Let's go for McNally over Galfi. And let's go for Elise Cornet over the qualifier. Remember, Cornet's 2022. Extremely consistent. Coffee, sip, check. You'd think I'd be able to do a 5-minute podcast without having a sip of coffee. Nah. Okay, then we have Alexandrova, of course, and Krejcikova. Krejcikova, how far do you have her going in the tournament? Let me know in the comments section below. Let's go for Kovanic over the qualifier. Let's go for Wang as well, although I think I should be saying Wong, shouldn't I? Let's go for Wong to progress and then set up a nice encounter with Bianca Andreescu. Of course, she's just returning from injury. Let's go for Petra Martic as well, and let's go for Podoroska over a qualifier. Let's go for Fruhvirtova, the wild card to overcome Kalinskaya. Rybakina, of course, there. How far do you have her going? Is she a threat on clay? I think she is a threat, but at the absolute top upper echelons of the WTA Tour, I'm not so sure. Let me know if you disagree in the comments section below. Pegula, she's Mrs. Consistent, but is that good enough to win a Masters 1000 title? Especially on clay anyway, I should say. I know she has won on a hard court, of course. Let's go for Paolini over the qualifier as well. And let's go for Sasnovic over the returning Svitolina. Of course, Svitolina just coming back from having had a child. Buskova as well is in action. It'll be interesting to see how far she can go. Trevisan as well. Of course, she's had a very good run at the French Open in the past, so clay is pretty good for her. Alicia Parks up against a qualifier. You know what? I'm going to go for the qualifier, whoever that happens to be. As I said, there's some pretty good qualifiers in action that I've seen. I saw Burridge as well yesterday. She won in her, young Brit won her encounter, so she's up again today. We also interviewed Laura Siegemund as well. She's in action again today in her final qualifier before she, from her point of view at least, hopefully makes the main draw. We had an interview yesterday, so make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Laura Siegemund. We spoke about her match, her form, and also the past. Also a little bit about tapas too, so make sure you check out that interview. Azarenka, I saw her practicing yesterday. It's been an up and down year since that Australian Open run for Azarenka. She has kind of dipped a little, let's say. So let's go for Blinkova over a qualifier there, and let's go with Sloane Stephens to overcome Christian, and let's have Surenko Bronzetti. Let's go for the Ukrainian, and let's go for Pavlyuchenkova, of course, a French Open finalist, but she's a long way away from that form right now, having had long spells out through injury, pretty much most of 2022. And let's go for Kazatkina. Of course, she has a bias as Coco. Coco Gauff. What are we thinking about Coco Gauff right now? Had a really good interview last night on the WTA Weekly, Nick conducted with Renee Stubbs, and there was a really good section on Coco Gauff. So make sure you check that out, and you can do so by hitting the like button, making sure you subscribe, but also clicking that notification bell. Kai Kanepi against Rogers. Let's go for... I think there's been I think Rogers has pulled out. So that's a good thing to know. I can see that on the WTA screen here. So yes. What else? Let's actually also get a little banner up for you so you don't forget to subscribe, and maybe even an absolute extra double dosage of subscription reminders by simply writing or putting up on the screen this. Okay, cool. Back to our predictions anyway. Let's go with the Czech Strichova over Kochirato. Hopefully I'm saying these names right. Of course, I probably won't be. We've got the wild card Spaniard, Masarova, in an all-Spanish affair up against Buxa. I'm going for Buxa in that one. Anisimova as well. We had her mentioned on that interview with Renee Stubbs yesterday too, so make sure you check it out. Sakkari, how far do you have her going? You know, she seems a long way away from her 2021 form as well. Sofia Kenin, great to see her back. I have her winning her match. She's in action later today against Zanevska, so I'll be trying to check that out. I think that's taking place on the Manuel Santana Stadium, so I'll make sure I check that out. Let's go for Fruhvirtova over Volyanets as well. Ostapenko as well. She gets a mention yesterday too. Kontaveit Murkova. Let's go for Murkova. That'll be tough for her. Let's go for Bogdan, Shelby Rogers, yeah, Caroline Garcia. Of course, she has a bye through to the next round. Let's go for Claire Liu. Don't ask me why. Let's go for Camilla Giorgi over Maya Sharif, but that's a really interesting first round clash. And let's go for Zhu over Marino, and Niemeyer over Wang. And we've got one down here. Let's go for Leylah Fernandez over the wild card, Andreeva. And yeah, let's go for Marina Basoles Ribera over the qualifier. No, let's go for the qualifier. Apologies, Marina. Yes. So final matches now we're looking at down here. Let's go for Camila Osorio over a qualifier. Let's go for Chastea over Davis. And of course, Sabalenka rides on into round 2. Okay, let's put me back up on the screen because you cannot see now from here on. Anyway, I will then save my picks and go to the next round. Okay, let's get through these quickly. I want to get these done in the next couple of minutes. So, Iga will overcome the qualifier. Tatiana Maria will beat Bernarda Pera. Coffee sip time. Zheng will overcome McNally. Alexandrova will beat Cornet. Krejcikova will win her first match up against Kovanic. I will have Andreescu overcoming Wong. I'll have Podoroska beating Martic. I'll go for Rybakina over the wildcard Fruhvirtova. Jessica Pegula to progress to round 3 as well, along with Buskova. Buskova, of course, if I have her winning her first, yes, I'll have her winning that one against Sasnovich. Trevisan, let's have her go over the qualifier. Let's go for Azarenka over her qualifier opponent, and we'll also go for Kudermetova as well. No big shocks here. Let's go for Potapova, who had a really good week last week in Stuttgart, by the way. Hopefully she's physically okay after her issue there. Let's go for Teichmann over Tsurenko. Let's go for Kazakina over Pavlyuchenkova. Let's go for Coco Gauff over Kaikanepi. Badosa as well. Vekic as well to progress. Let's go for Sakkari as well. Samsonova over Kenin. Yes, but that would be close. Ostapenko as well to plow on through. Let's go for Murkova over Begu. Let's go for Shelby Rogers as well. She becomes the 33 seed due to her opponent pulling out today. Caroline Garcia as well. Let's go for Giorgi to upset Kalinina. Mertens to progress. Let's go for Kvitova as well. Leylah Fernandez or Haddad Meyer. That's a tricky one. I'm going to go for Leylah. Call me an idiot if you want. Let's go for Linette over the qualifier. Let's go for Osorio to beat Kostyuk. Maybe that's a surprise. And Sabalenka to beat Chastea. Next round. Up we come. Last 32. Iga to overcome Tatiana Maria. How far do you have Iga going? Do you think she's going to win her first Madrid title? Let me know in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, let's go for Alexandrova Krejcikova over Andreescu. Let's go for Rybakina over Podoroska. Let's go over Buskova, but that could be close. Let's go for Trevisan over Azarenka. Let's go for Kudermetova over Potapova. Let's go for Jill Teichmann to upset Kasatkina. I don't think Kasatkina is hitting quite the heights of 2022 so far. 2022, I'm not hitting those heights. 2023 so far. Hopefully you catch me. Let's go for Paula Badosa to beat Coco Gauff. How far is Badosa going to go? Former champion. Donna Vekic, Sakari. Let's go for Sakari. I just think on the surface, I think Sakari will probably have the upper hand there. Let's go for Ostapenko to beat Samsonova. Is that an upset? Probably not. They're fairly close in the rankings. Let's go for Mukova over Shelby Rogers. Let's go for Caroline Garcia over Georgie. Let's go for Kvitova as well. Let's go for Leylah Fernandez and Sabalenka, all to progress. Now we are at the round of 16. So now things get really, really, really interesting. I would say until now, it was the Haddad-Maia clash. I think it was with Leylah, wasn't it, that really kind of stood out. But really, that was the only blockbuster one for me in the previous round, but maybe I'm being harsh. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you think it's ridiculous how I can't resist having a sip of coffee. I don't want to let it get cold. Okay. So, next round. Iga to beat Alexandrova. I've got the seeds getting there, 1 and 16. Krejcikova to beat Rybakina. I don't think that's an upset, particularly on this surface. Rybakina, of course, former Wimbledon champion, Indian Wells champion. So, you know, Indian Wells was a very slow surface, probably none more so than this year. So I don't think Rybakina is a novice on this surface. She's actually had some really, really, really good results. I just think we just lose a slight edge with her. And that's all you need to go from being a top contender to being the next group down, if you like. And she's in that next group down, probably along with someone like Pegula, who I will have to beat, Trevisan. Let's go for Kudermetova over Teichmann. Let's go for Badosa to continue a return to form. She was very, very close, of course, last week to knocking out Sabalenka in Stuttgart. So let's have her beating Maria Sakkari. Sorry, Maria. Let's go for Ostapenko over Mukova. Let's go for Kvitova over Garcia. And let's go for Sabalenka to end Leylah's run at the last 16 stage. Wow, Leylah's got a really tough draw if that's the case. So, black, no sugar, if you're asking. But it really does depend. Depends on my moment, depends on my mood, depends on if I've got any milk in the house. How about that? Okay, Iga Krejcikova. Woohoo! Quarterfinal clash. Quarterfinal clash. Ooh, I think it's really tough because Iga's Madrid record, well, she didn't win it in 2020. Didn't win it in 2020. It wasn't, no, it didn't happen in 2020. Apologies. She didn't win it in 2021. Excuse me. And I'm not even going to edit this out. Why would I? Let's just get it out there to the masses. Yes, so I'll have Iga not winning this tournament before. How about that? That works better. And this is not really the French Open indicator that I think other clay court tournaments are, especially as we get nearer, such as Rome. But then I also think that Krejcikova is more orientated towards that. You know what? I'm going to go for Krejcikova. Krejcikova to beat Swiatek. Let's go for Pegula to beat Kudermetova. Let's go for Ostapenko to upset. No, let's go for Badosa to beat Ostapenko. And let's go for Sabalenka over Kvitova. Let's go with Krejcikova to beat Pegula. Pegula, I think, is in the semis mainly because of her draw against Sabalenka in the final. Krejcikova, Sabalenka. And I'm going to go for Barbora Krejcikova to win the Madrid Open Tennis WTA Spanish capital 1,000 points on offer tournament. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. And all that other stuff. Click the notification button. You're going to get reminded about it anyway. Here we go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out